You're live. Okay, so good evening, everybody. Welcome to the opening night of the Viking Arms. Very interested to see, as I've opened up a little bit earlier, who we've got joining us tonight. So feel free to post a comment and just let us know who we've got through the doors first of all, who's making their way first to the bar. We've got the Hunts raring to go. Nice to see you. And in a moment, I'll just introduce you to the Viking Arms. The Browns. Welcome, Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown. Of course, you're going to be the first in the bar. We've got the Brazzles, Mr. Olhausen. Nice to have you on board. So I might as well just introduce the Viking Arms. This is our best mock-up of the Viking Arms pub, the virtual Viking Arms. We're a bit of a rowing pub, as you might see from the background. So we've got a few things just to make you feel a little bit at home back in the Shiplake, back in the Shiplake campus. So you might see the oar for the old Vikings. Just a bit of a nod to you lot out there joining us. I think we've got some of you joining us from quite far afield tonight, so you're very welcome. Do let us know if you've made it here. I've also got my essential bedtime reading here, which will be familiar to quite a few of you. Wish and Fulfillment, especially Mr. Brown. It's his favourite book. And the famous pink hippo from this morning. It's not actually mine, but it will be a bit of a mascot for tonight. There we go. Who else have we got? Team Water, you're at the bar. Well done. Get your orders in. Ian Brown, good to see you as well. Mr. Bailey, hello. We've got Charlie Hobson there, the incomers. Okay, it looks like people are trying to rush through the door. Blimey, we've got 26 trying to get through the doors at the moment already. Oh, it's a good job that Mrs. Settle's been stocking up. Charlie, your team can be whatever it likes to be. So we'll get going in just a minute. Let's get everyone lined up. Alistair Newman chimed. Welcome. Saw you wrote to us on Twitter as well. Got the old Vikings coming through. Heineken ready. Good lad. I'm just on the coffee tonight to try and keep me going. There we are. We had 39, it's just gone down to 38, so I'm guessing someone got a bit scared there. Shiplake College say welcome to the OVS. Massive welcome to all the OVS and all the extended Shiplake family as well. I think we might have some people joining us from Rupert House. We've got some parents and some families joining us as well, which is great to see. Really going to take on the staff. The last few quiz nights that we've held at school, it tends to be the admissions teams and Mr. Brown who win this. So I know that they're trying to hold on to their crown. Who else have we got? We've got the Emmets are joining us. Mrs. Blomfield, Governor, you're welcome. Who else we got there? The Ashes are here. Good to see you. Nigel, my best man. Good to have you on board. You always say it's my round, but no. Oh, you're calling me round. Oh, I see. Prizes tonight. Prizes. Just the honour, just the pride of knowing that you've done all right. Who else have we got here? The Humphreys. Good to have you on board. Team Nearly El Dev. Mrs. Higgins. Good to see you too. Gosh, we've got 50 people crowding the bar. It's like 5 deep. Good evening. Good evening from Team Panda. Good to have you on board. I think that's Rada Pandeva. Welcome. All the way from Bulgaria. We've got the Fishers from Binfield Heath. Shiplake College. We'll run through the rules. That's you, isn't it? Your Shiplake College. I'll introduce my my producer in a minute. Can we pick a prize from the shelf? It's slim pickings. We might come to that. The Coles family are here. Mr. Newman, yeah, I'm going to keep getting your name mixed up. Mr. Newman chimed, yours is a pint. Good. Keep it coming. You're in Mongolia. Wow, blimey. I think we've got some people from South Africa joining us tonight as well, so it'd be good to see you. Say hello by all means. Palmer Garrett's are here, the Youngs are here. Oh God, we've really got a bar full. So we're going to make a start very, very soon. I'll just introduce my producer through, not the window. This isn't Radio 2, is it? We've got Mrs. Settle, the lovely lady to my left, and she's going to be making sure that there's no swearing in the comments boxes and that you're behaving yourselves, particularly you, Mr. Brown. The Crichtons are here. Good to see you guys as well. Mrs. Morgan, the Rev, good. I might need you on my side tonight, Rev. Okay, and I think we're going to make a start. We've got 60 people in the bar already. So, and the Rapplemores. I can't give shout outs to absolutely everybody, but I'll do my best as the evening goes on. It's very simple tonight. Hopefully after a couple of weeks of lockdown, this is just a little bit of light relief for Friday night. And thank you for joining us, because I think you're probably spoilt for choice in and around the local area. There's lots of quiz nights going on, so thank you for picking ours, and we really hope you can enjoy it. Yeah, have a nice relaxing end to the week. So the instructions, there's got to be rules, and I should start by saying, don't answer in the comments box. Okay, do not put your answers in the comments box, because otherwise people will see what the answers are. Tonight it's very much about just, I'm trusting you not to cheat. So write your own answers down, keep a record of what you're doing. No jokers. So it's just 1 point per question. If you want to cheat, go on then, but no one really cares. So just behave yourselves. There's going to be 4 rounds tonight. There's going to be 4 rounds of 11 questions. I'm going to do 10 questions, and then the final question will be a chance for you just to have a bit of a chat in your teams. And if you're not in a team, if you're not with your family, if you're all on your own tonight, just with you and a bottle of wine, then I'll have some other questions just to cheer the rest of us up in between the rounds. Okay. So yeah, overall, the whole quiz is out of 80. I'm going to do all the rounds, and then I'll give you the answers at the end. And then you can add up your own scores. And if you think you've done well, post a comment, let us know how you've got on. If you haven't done very well, no one really cares. So you can still post it if you want, or you can hang your head in shame and switch off and finish that bottle of wine off. All I would ask as well is just keep the comments clean. It's a family quiz after all, particularly you lot, the old Vikings, because we know what you can be like. I've been to enough of those November reunions to know exactly what to expect from you lot. So keep it clean, please. And I'll give you the question twice. Okay, so don't ask me to keep repeating it. Okay, you're not getting extra time on this quiz. I've got an hour to knock this to get through this. So let's begin. And give me some team names as well. So if you've got an interesting team name, and we can kind of vaguely keep track of where you are and who you are, then by all means list them in the comments box, so we know who we've got. We're up to 75 quizzes right now. That number's still going up. I'm amazed. Okay, and before I start, I think we've actually got some special guests. Is that right? We have. So coming all the way from Kings Norton. Where's Kings Norton?
Somewhere not near Henley.
Beyond Henley, so let's call it Middle Earth. Kings Norton, Mr. and Mrs. Simpson. There you go. You've got your special shout out. We'll try and give you some shout outs in between the rounds. So here we go. Round number 1. The quiz is starting. We're up to 80 people playing. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. So question number 1. And the first round is all about general knowledge. So in question 1, Olivia Colman recently played the Queen in The Crown. Who will succeed her in Series 5? Olivia Colman recently played the Queen in The Crown. Who will succeed her in Series 5? The Mackie P's just managed to log in. Pick up from where we are now then. Number 2. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. In the game of Scrabble, how many points would you receive for the word Viking, taking the tiles at face value only? In the game of Scrabble, how many points would you receive for the word Viking, taking the tiles at face value only? Question number 3. Both Sir Edward Elgar and Adam Smith featured on which British banknote? Sir Edward Elgar and Adam Smith featured on which British banknote? The Rev's Holy Trinity. Rev, Mrs. Rev, and Dog Rev? Rev Dog? Question 4. Which country has the world's longest coastline? Which country has the world's longest coastline? Daughter Rev. Question 5. Bit of local knowledge needed for this one. Shiplake featured in an episode of which TV programme that saw someone crushed to death by a wheel of cheese? Shiplake featured in an episode of which TV programme that saw someone crushed to death by a wheel of cheese? Mr. Newman chimed. No answers in the comments box. Especially no incorrect ones as well. That's ridiculous. Question 6. Now, I'm going to need 3 words for this, and it's 1 mark for getting all 3. Which 3 lines on the London Underground are represented by the colours red, yellow, and black? Which 3 lines on the London Underground are represented by the colours red, yellow, and black? Where did we get the idea for that question? Oh, okay. This is one for all you Henley residents who are probably a bit sad about losing the regatta this year. But Henley, this is number 7. Henley is home to the famous Royal Regatta. But in which year did it officially begin? Henley is home to the famous Royal Regatta. But in which year did it officially begin? And if you get that one wrong, I think you're going to have to surrender your membership. Welcome to the Houghtons. They're up to 92 playing. So if you've just joined us in the quiz, we're only 7 questions in. So, you've got loads of time to make up ground. It's fine. Question number 8 on round 1. Which famous internet giant was founded at Menlo Park, California in September 1998? Which famous internet giant was founded at Menlo Park, California in September 1998? We'd rather you be playing cricket as well, Callum, to be fair, but we'll keep our fingers crossed for the summer term. That's an unfair rowing question. You live just outside Henley. How can you not know that one? In fact, you've lived outside Henley for probably about, 7 or 8 years, Mrs. Higgins. Number 9. What is the name of the longest running play in the London's West End? I had to throw this one in just for you, Mrs. Young. What is the name of the longest running play in London's West End? And number 10, in the game of Monopoly, which we've probably been, or we're all going to be playing quite a lot of over the next few weeks, if you happen to land on the Old Kent Road, which has a hotel on it, how much will you pay in rent? In the game of Monopoly, if you land on the Old Kent Road, which has a hotel on it, how much will you pay in rent? And just a quick shout out to the Brazil nuts out there. It's good to have you on board. Great team name. Presume that's Catherine Brazil. Otherwise, there's loads of Brazil nuts out there. Now, question 11. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to try and come up with some answers for this one. I want you to list 10 things down. Okay, it's 1 point for each answer. According to the latest Kennel Club survey, which are the top 10 breeds of dog in the UK by their numbers registered? So as you know, Shiplake loves its dogs. So that's why we came up with it. According to the latest Kennel Club survey, which are the top 10 breeds of dog in the UK by the numbers registered? And whilst you're having a chat about that, just as a slight interlude in between the rounds, perhaps you can help us out. I was actually going to play you some music in between the rounds, kind of linked to the lockdown and the coronavirus. What would be on your lockdown playlist? What's on your coronavirus playlist? I'm going to veto Fever because that's a bit too obvious. And don't stand so close to me. It's been done. What would be on your lockdown playlist? Give me some interesting answers in the comments box. Pure breeds, yes. I Will Survive. Thank you, Callum. Callum, you beat someone to it there. Co-video killed the radio star. Good one. Thank you, Mr. Rouse. Anything by The Cure. Well done. Lots of you going for I Will Survive. Staying Alive. Good. Fever by Peggy Lee. You're not listening, are you, Mrs. White? I've already done Fever by Peggy Lee. I've got to break through. Mr. Howarth, nice to have you back on board at Shiplake. Toxic, Britney Spears, thank you. The Air That I Breathe by the Hollies. From a Distance, thank you, Mr. Orcock. Nothing Lasts Forever. We Are Family. Thank you, Juliet. So my producer's losing it over here. What's the matter?
The China crisis.
Okay. Right, hopefully you've had a time to put down some answers to that one. So we're going to move on to round 2. And round 2 is all about food and drink. So here we go. For number 1 in food and drink. What was the UK's first ready-to-eat breakfast cereal? What was the UK's first ready-to-eat breakfast cereal? Another one bites the dust, Ben Thornber. Suggestions are still coming in. Oh, don't worry, there's more for you to play with later on. Question number 2. The classic French toasted sandwich with cheese and ham, but topped with a fried egg, is known as a what? The classic French toasted sandwich with cheese and ham, but topped with a fried egg, is known as a what? Playlist ideas are still coming through. But come on, you've got to concentrate. We're into round 2. Question number 3. In which country would you find the wine-making region of Mendoza? In which country would you find the wine-making region of Mendoza? Well, the French, obviously, Mrs. Bailey. Question number 4. What was Desperate Dan's favourite food? What was Desperate Dan's favourite food? I realise we probably wrote that question thinking that there would be some kids playing along tonight as well. But the dandy, I don't even know if they still make the dandy, so it's one for the adults as well. Question number 5. Again, a little bit of local knowledge required for this one. See how you get on. Knight of the Stag, Hoppet, and Ferryman's Gold are all ales produced by which local brewery? Knight of the Stag, Hoppet, and Ferryman's Gold are all ales produced by which local brewery? Currently being propped up by several Shiplake staff, I would imagine. Question number 6. According to Pizza Express, what are the 2 main toppings on a Fiorentina pizza, excluding the cheese and tomato? According to Pizza Express, what are the 2 main toppings on a Fiorentina pizza? Number 7. Name the cocktail from these ingredients: vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and lime juice. Name the cocktail from these ingredients: vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and lime juice. Coffee's gone cold, producer. Go to round 2. Okay. Joe Rayner, are you old enough to know that one? Question number 8. But it's good to have you on board as well tonight, Joe. Welcome. Autumn King, St. Valery, and Figaro are all types of which vegetable? Autumn King, St. Valery, and Figaro are all types of which vegetable? Okay, question number 9. An Arbroath smoky is made from which type of fish? An Arbroath smoky is made from which type of fish? A dead one. Very good. Number 10. Which luxury food shop has been in Piccadilly since 1707? Which luxury food shop has been in Piccadilly since 1707? That's an easy one for us Henley residents, I'm sure. And finally, so this is question 11. You just need to name 10 things. Okay, there's more than 10 answers, but you just need to name 10 things. So we are lucky enough to have a national treasure living just up the road from Shiplake. Can you name 10 of the ingredients that baking legend Mary Berry lists in her recipe for hot cross buns. So can you name any 10 of the ingredients that baking legend Mary Berry lists in her recipe for hot cross buns? And whilst we're on the subject of food and drink, and whilst you're trying to jot down your 10 things that we'd like to hear about at this point to do with food as well. So we discovered this. Let me hide the brand there. We discovered these sugar-free beans a few weeks ago. We kind of added them to our emergency cupboard. I made the mistake of trying a tin, and it was genuinely the most disgusting thing I think I've had for years. So we've got a few tins of these left. This is definitely going to be the last thing that we eat in this household in this pub before the crisis is over. What is on your list? What is the last thing that you're going to be eating when it really comes to it? What you're saving up? Can I read that one out, Mr. Ralph? The missus. Your mum's cooking. Oh man. The Brentons are here. Hey, they're back. Alphabeti spaghetti. So do remember the question. You're trying to name 10 things that go into Mary Berry's hot cross buns, but also it's interesting to see what really don't you want to eat whilst you're on lockdown. Sprout said Houghton. Yeah, classic one that. Tin spaghetti with sausages. Ugh. The loo roll. Yeah, but we don't want to start eating the loo roll. The Humphreys are saying mum's salads. That's mean. I think Mrs. Humphreys makes a good salad. Mary Berry's hot cross buns. One more comment like that, Mr. Fisher. You barred. Okay, local legend. Okay, we're going to push on to round 3. So hopefully you've had time to get some ideas down for your hot cross buns. So round 3, we're calling it Popmaster. I can't do the Ken Bruce accent, so you have to do without. But this is all just about music. Question number 1. Which folk singer, known for the song Mercedes-Benz, died in 1970, aged 27? Which folk singer, known for the song Mercedes-Benz, died in 1970, aged 27? Question 2. Blue Moon and Hopelessly Devoted to You are hit songs from which film? Blue Moon and Hopelessly Devoted to You are hit songs from which film? Question 3. In which year were the following #1 hits in the UK? And there's no t-shirt for being 1 year out on this one. In which year were the following #1 hits in the UK? Gangnam Style by Psy, Hot Right Now by DJ Fresh, and Diamonds by Rihanna. Gangnam Style by Psy, Hot Right Now by DJ Fresh, and Diamonds by Rihanna. Which year were they all #1 hits in the UK? Question number 4. Which country won the Eurovision Song Contest 3 years in a row between 1992 and 1994? Which country won the Eurovision Song Contest 3 years in a row between 1992 and 1994? Question number 5. In which decade was Dolly Parton born? In which decade was Dolly Parton born? Jim Nils in the pub, good to see you. Regular quiz goer for Shiplake College. Question 6. Which song begins with the line, "Hold me close and hold me fast"? Which song begins with the line, "Hold me close and hold me fast"? Perhaps the wrong time to be talking about that one, but there we go. Question 7. Stormzy, so bringing it right up to speed now. Stormzy collaborated with Burna Boy and which other British musician on Own It? Stormzy collaborated with Burna Boy and which other British musician on Own It? Got nearly 100 quizzes on the go at the moment. Pub's very full. Question number 8. BTS are a 7-member boy band from which country? BTS are a 7-member boy band from which country? Question number 9. Which former One Direction member released Watermelon Sugar and Adore You? So which former One Direction member released Watermelon Sugar and Adore You? And question number 10. Rory Graham took his stage name from his love of Steptoe and Son. Who is he better known as? Rory Graham took his stage name from his love of Steptoe and Son. Who is he better known as? And question number 11. So again, all I want you to do is you're going to name 10 things, or you're going to name 10 things. Madonna is famous for her many hits over the last 4 decades, but can you name 10 of her number 1 hits in the UK? So Madonna is famous for having many hits over the last 4 decades, but can you name 10 of her UK number 1 hits? And because it's you, Louise, I'm just going to say number 10 again. Rory Graham took his stage name from his love of Steptoe and Son. Who is he better known as? So I want 10 UK number 1 hits from Madonna. Coming back to the comments, great to see that we've got about 100 of you in the pub. So you might be able to give us some feedbacks. Now, clearly, Friday night, where better place to be than in the Viking Arms? I hope you're feeling very warm and cozy and enjoying your evening so far. But where's the first place you're going to head for once lockdown's over? Where's the first place you're going to be off to get your first drink of freedom once lockdown is relaxed and we can start going out again? Spoons. Wow. All the local hostelries are starting to come up. Spoons, bottle and glass, Magoo's. The garden centre. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's not all about alcohol, obviously. You might just want to go and have some tea and cake. The John Lewis Cafe. The Maltsters. The library. If you know, you know. Some brilliant suggestions coming up here. Thank you, guys. And obviously, once you've been to your favourite, there's lots of ideas coming through here on the comments of other places you could go to. So give them your business. The House of Jessica. Oh, my house from Jessica. Oh, here? No, well, not here. This is the pub. You want to come to our house? Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, right. We're going to move on to the fourth round, I think. Some brilliant ideas coming through there. Hopefully you've had time there to try and pick out 10 of Madonna's UK #1 hits. And the final round is going to be sport. So, eyes down, look in. Some of you are going to be asking or trying to get 80 out of 80. So here's your final chance to do that. Question number 1 on sport. Who won gold in the 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters at the Rio Olympics? Who won gold in the 5,000 meters and the 10,000 meters at the Rio Olympics? The men's, yes, good question. That's the first good question that's come up in the comments so far. The men's 5,000 meters and the men's 10,000 meters at the Rio Olympics. Question 2. Which Yorkshireman replaced Alistair Cook as the English Test cricket captain? Which Yorkshireman replaced Alistair Cook as the English Test cricket captain? The Iron Fleet, 10 points to Mr. Settler. No. Right, question 3. Frenchman and rally driver Stefan Peter Hansel is best known for winning which off-road endurance event? Frenchman and rally driver Stefan Peter Hansel is best known for winning which off-road endurance event? Thank you, Mrs. Passmore. This is a question, really, I've got Mr. Milburn in mind, Mr. Rose, if he's with us tonight, Mr. Hunt for sure. Question number 4. What is the highest checkout possible in darts? What is the highest checkout possible in darts? Can we do this every Friday? I'm overwhelmed, Mrs. Emmett. Overwhelmed. Number 5. How many players has an ice hockey team got on the ice? How many players has an ice hockey team got on the ice? Yeah, he should be, Joanne. He should be. Question number 6. In which country would you find the Interlagos Formula One circuit? I'm just being nodded at by my producer wife, because in rehearsals I kept saying Lagos. It's the Londoner in me. It kept coming out. In which country would you find the Interlagos Formula One circuit? Question number 7. This is a bit of a maths one. I couldn't help myself, I had to put it in there. So think carefully, guys. I know what a lot of your math skills are like, so just go steady, go steady. How many lengths of the Olympic swimming pool would you need to swim if you were competing in the 800-meter freestyle event? How many lengths of the Olympic swimming pool would you need to swim if you were competing in the 800-meter freestyle event? If there's a next time, Mr. Brown, I'll do a history round just for you. Question number 8. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Okay, so not only will I do a history round for Mr. Brown, Mr. Legasic, you can have a history round as well, but not tonight. Although saying that, you'll like question 10. That's historical. Question number 9. In athletics, which is the last event of the decathlon? In athletics, which is the last event of the decathlon? Okay, and question number 10. This is for you history buffs out there, as well as you sport ones as well. First Olympic rowing competition was held during the 1900 Games. On which waterway was the course laid out? The first Olympic rowing competition was held during the 1900 Games. On which waterway was the course laid out? Okay, and the last question in the final round. So I want 10 names. So not, well, you'll see the question, but I want 10 individual names. We all know, unfortunately, that sport is going to take a hammering in 2020. But who were the last 10 individual winners of the Sports Personality of the Year Awards? So I want 10 names, no duplicates. The last 10 individual winners of the Sports Personality of the Year Awards. Now, again, whilst you're having a think about that, things that I want to see in the comments boxes just now. It's a game I like to play with my tutees at school. We play weekend top trumps. Who's got the best things to look forward to over this weekend? So what is going to be, how are you going to spend your time with your government mandated exercise? How are you going to enjoy yourself this weekend? To give you some hints, my lovely producer wife, Tam, is going to be doing the Shiplake Strava Park Run tomorrow morning. And I will probably try and maintain some form of lead on the Shiplake Strava leaderboard as well. I think I'm sitting in 3rd or 4th at the moment, actually. It's been a good week. So I'll be out on my bike. But what are you going to do to enjoy your government mandated exercise? What are you going to be doing to enjoy the good weather whilst we're all on lockdown? Just think, the things that you're putting in the comments here might just give some people some ideas of how to spend their time this weekend as well. So what have we got? It's Ed Houghton. It's your birthday on Sunday and your dad's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to the Houghtons. Hope you have a great chilled out, relaxing weekend in the sun. Mrs. Bailey's going to be doing the Strava Park walk and gardening and a bonfire. We've got barbecues happening. Egyptian PT. I don't know what that is, but okay. 10K on an erg. God, you're living the dream, Mr. Mills. Revising for your uni exam. Danny Seymour, really good to see you with us tonight. Some elephant polo in my garden. Mr. Smith, where are you from? And again, for the last question there, it was, I need the 10 names of the last 10 winners of the Sports Personality of the Year Awards. Austin Bernand, fixing the car, adjusting. How do you adjust a leaf spring suspension on a vintage Austin Nippy? I suppose you had to buy that car, didn't you? Painting a wall and watching it dry. You won't be on your own, Joe. Right, understood the goods, thank you. Mr. Alcock, Zoom Church for Palm Sunday. Lots of churches with Zoom meets going on over the weekend, I'm sure. Building a bike shed. Okay, right. So the time's come. You've had your 4 rounds of questions, so I'm going to get to the answers very soon, and you'll be able to just add up your own scores. If you disagree, I don't mind really. Just do what you think's best. Do what use your moral compass to decide whether you think my answers are right. I'm pretty sure they are. But if you really disagree that much, good luck to you. Before I get onto the answers, just massive thank you for coming out to the Viking Arms tonight. Thank you for coming round and also for welcoming us into your rooms tonight. And I really hope you've enjoyed the quiz so far. If you have enjoyed it, then leave us some comments at the end. And if you really haven't enjoyed it, I presume, well, we had 100. We had 100 people quizzing with us about 15 minutes ago. We're now down to 90, which I think we're probably losing out to Monty Don at the moment. It's overlapping Gardener's World, so I can understand that. Yeah, if you've enjoyed it, let us know, and that'd be just great to get a bit of feedback on that. If you do want this again, I think some of you have been putting some comments to say that you'd like it again. Again, just let us know. Email me. Never say never. But if you have enjoyed it, we'll certainly look at doing something similar in the future whilst we've got this period of lockdown. So here's the moment you've been waiting for. I'm going to go through the answers fairly quickly because we've got quite a lot to go through. So round 1, who's the next person to play the Queen in The Crown? It's Imelda Staunton. Question 2, how many points is the word Viking worth in Scrabble? It's worth 14 points. Edward Elgar and Adam Smith both featured on the £20 note. Which country has the longest coastline? It's Canada, not Mongolia, it's Canada. Shiplake featured in which TV programme? It was Midsummer Murders. The London Underground lines represented with red, yellow and black. It's Central Line for red, the circle line for yellow, and the northern line for black. You need all three of those in order to get that 1 mark. Which year did Henley officially begin? 1839. 1839. Question 8. Which famous internet giant was set up at Menlo Park? That is Google. The longest running play in London's West End is The Mousetrap. And if you land, and for question 10, if you land on the Old Kent Road and it's got a hotel in it, you will pay £250, Monopoly pounds. 250. Then for the top 10 breeds, according to the Kennel Club survey, again, you get 1 mark for each of these. So in first place is the Labrador Retriever, or Labrador, it's fine. Cocker Spaniel is 2. The Springer Spaniel is 3. German Shepherd is 4. Staffordshire Bull Terrier is 5. The Border Terrier is 6. Cavalier King Charles is 7. Golden Retriever is 8. The Pug is at 9. And the Boxer is at 10. So if it helps you with the adding up, give yourself a score out of 20. And then you can bring it all together at the end. Round number 2. So the first ready-to-eat breakfast cereal is shredded wheat. So shredded wheat for the first ready-to-eat breakfast cereal. The classic French toasted sandwich with ham and cheese and a fried egg on top is a croque madame. In which country will you find Mendoza? It's Argentina. Desperate Dan's favourite food is a cow pie. Number 5. So Knight of the Stag, Hoppet and Ferryman's Gold are all ales produced by the Loddon Brewery. Question 6. According to Pizza Express, what goes on a Fiorentina pizza? We were looking for egg and spinach. You've got to have those two things if you want 1 point. Egg and spinach. Question 7 is a cheeky Cosmopolitan. Vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice and lime juice, they go into a Cosmopolitan. Question number 8. Autumn King, St. Valerie and Figaro are all types of carrot. An Arbroath Smoky is made from haddock. And the luxury food shop, which has been at Piccadilly since 1707, is Fortnum and Mason. Fortnum and Mason. Now, this might be a contentious one. I wanted 10 of the ingredients that Mary Berry lists in her recipe for her hot cross buns. So we've taken it from our Mary Berry cookbook, but it seems like one that she's used a few times. So we'll see how we go. It should have flour, caster sugar, yeast, salt, mixed spice, ground cinnamon, grated nutmeg, milk, hot water, butter, egg, currants, chopped mix peel, and to get that cross that goes on top of it, short crust pastry. So any of those 10. Reese Herbert, shout me out. You've been asking quite a few times, Reese, so here you go. You're getting your shout out. It's good to have you here. Okay, round 3, Popmaster. Which folk singer was known for Mercedes-Benz? That is Janis Joplin. Blue Moon and Hopelessly Devoted to You are hit songs from Greece. Again, no 1 year out t-shirts for this one. It was 2012. 2012 for Gangnam Style, Hot Right Now and Diamonds, all from 2012. Which country has won Eurovision Song Contest 3 years in a row? That was Ireland. They won from 92 to 94. In which decade was Dolly Parton born? She was born in the 1940s. Which song begins with the line, "Hold me close and hold me fast"? It was La Vie en Rose. Stormzy collaborated with Ed Sheeran. So you needed Ed Sheeran. That was for question number 7. Question number 8. BTS are a 7-member boy band from South Korea. So South Korea is the answer there. Which former One Direction member released Watermelon Sugar and Adore You? That was Harry Styles. And Rory Graham is better known as Rag and Bone Man. Max Bunting. Do you get a shout out for 14 points? Yeah, sure, why not? Well done, Max. Well done. Okay, Madonna's had lots of hits. You needed to name 10 of them. So there's not actually that many more than 10. You could have a point for Into the Groove, Papa Don't Preach, True Blue, La Isla Bonita, Who's That Girl, Like a Prayer, Vogue, Frozen, American Pie, Music, Hung Up, Sorry, and 4 minutes. So any of those 10. I'll go through those one more time. Into the Groove, Papa Don't Preach, True Blue, La Isla Bonita, Who's That Girl, Like a Prayer, Vogue, Frozen, American Pie, Music, Hung Up, Sorry, and 4 minutes. And the last round, round 4, was all sport. Hope you're keeping a tally of your scores, guys, because we're going to ask you for your scores and your team names straight after this. Who won the 5,000 and 10,000 meters at the Rio Olympics? Was obviously Mo Farah, Sir Mo Farah, whichever you've written down. You might have just written Mo. As long as you get it, it's fine. Which Yorkshireman replaced Alistair Cook as the English Test cricket captain? That was Joe Root. Frenchman and rally driver Stefan Peter Hansel, he won the Dakar Rally. The Dakar Rally. The highest possible checkout in darts is 165. Joking, 170. Question 5. How many players has an ice hockey team got on the ice? It is 6. In which country would you find Interlagos? That is Brazil. Shout out to Paul Green. Paul Green from Australia. Is that you? Good to see you. Where did I get up to? How many lengths of the swimming pool would you need to swim if you were competing in the 800 meter freestyle event? You'd need to do 16 lengths of that. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? That is polo. In athletics, what is the last event of the decathlon? That's 1,500 meters. And in question 10, it was on the River Seine in Paris. Okay, the Paris Games. Hopefully you might have worked that one out. So it was the Paris Games in 1900, and that was on the River Seine. And finally, the last 10 individual winners of Sports Personality of the Year. So I'll go back in time. In 2019, it was Ben Stokes. In 2018, it was Geraint Thomas. In 2017 was Mo Farah. In 2016, 2015, and 2013 was Andy Murray, but you only get 1 point for Andy Murray. 2014 was Lewis Hamilton. 2012 was Bradley Wiggins. 2011 was Mark Cavendish. 2010 was Tony McCoy. 2009 was Ryan Giggs. And 2008 was Chris Hoy. So they are the 10 names there. Add up your scores. Let us know your team name and your points total. This is a special mention out here for the headmasters team with Living La Cavida. So we definitely need to know what you've scored. Living La Cavida, we'll just keep an eye out for what you guys have done. Let us know your team names and how well you've gone on there. Some of you are still counting. Sarah Blomfield, I can't believe you've scored 16 out of 80. Come on. 43 for the Scotchbrooks. 51 for the Maple Raws. Brazil's only scored 1. How? 1 out of 80. 41 from the youngsters, 49 from the Ashes, 44 for the incomers, 46 for Mrs. Higgins, 26 for Mrs. Farquhar, 42 out of 80 for the Hunts. Blimey, I thought this was an easier quiz than that. Okay, 48 for the Howarths, 52, Mr. Jones. I think that's riding high, but you've just been pipped by Callum Crichton, who's got 53 in the Crichtons. Well done. A few in the 40s there. Mrs. Emmett, time to go back to school. Mr. Walter, 45, 65. Max Bunting, congratulations. That's looking very good. 42.75. We don't give. There's no part answers here. It's 1 point or nothing. 33 for the Bonandos. Well done. Rian Edwards, 51. Brilliant. 56 for the Houghtons. Very good. Mr. Ralph. Okay, getting 69 points for Mr. Ralph. I think that's got to be a winner. Anyone beating 69 points for that? Okay, I think you might have the glory there. So at this point, guys, I am going to start calling last orders at the bar. And so until next time, I really hope that you've enjoyed this evening. Let us know how you think we've got on, and if you want more, and we'll have a think about it. But until next time, stay safe. Try and be nice to each other. Have a go if the kids are watching. Have a go at the activity site that we've set up. Don't forget the Strava park run, the virtual park run tomorrow morning, and really look after yourselves, and hope to see you all very soon. Okay, I think we're rounding things up now. So everyone, get out of my pub. Off you go. See you later.